Hi, my name is Robert Landau, and I'd like to tell you about my new book titled Rock and Roll Billboards of the Sunset Strip. When I was 16 years old, I was living right above the Strip, just near Tower Records, and I had my first camera, a knicker mat. I used to wander up and down the street and take pictures of all the great billboards that lined the Strip in those days. And back then, in the pre-digital days, everything was hand-painted. So every classic rock and roller, from Bob Dylan and the Beatles to Neil Young and Frank Zappa, were represented. The designs of these billboards were based on landmark record album covers conceived and created by the top art directors, photographers, and illustrators of the era. Often there was no copy on these billboards. The bands were so well known to the young generation they were trying to reach that they could let the artwork speak for itself. For example, the legendary design of the Beatles' Abbey Road album cover, which was transformed into an amazing billboard showing the Beatles' hand-painted likenesses parading 15 feet high along the Strip. Without a word of text, the blue sky of California became the background for the cutout profiles of the heads of John, Paul, George, and Ringo extending off the top of the billboard. The rock and roll billboards soon became symbols signifying success in the music business, much like landing on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. They flourished right through the 70s and on up until the early 80s, when the emergence of MTV and the need for costly music videos spelled the end for rock and roll billboards. Rock and Roll Billboards of the Sunset Strip is a hardcover coffee table book of 208 pages and is published by Angel City Press. It is due out this fall. Along with hundreds of vividly colorful photos, the text provides a context for the images, with sections on the Doors' breakthrough first rock and roll billboard in 1967, a short but relevant history of the Strip, and first-hand accounts from the people who produced and created these amazing commercial art pieces. People like Jack Holtzman, the head of Elektra Records, Lou Adler of Dunhill and Ode Records, and many of the outstanding designers, photographers, and art directors whose work is celebrated throughout the book. All of these amazing billboards were one-of-a-kind hand-painted pieces. They were up for a very short period of time, usually about 30 days, after which they were dismantled, whitewashed, and painted over with new messages. The book Rock and Roll Billboards of the Sunset Strip captures this fleeting moment in rock and roll history. Check it out. I hope you enjoy it.